All right, so blue-red Eldrazi. This is a deck that we played 2 or 3 times earlier in the season. Really enjoyed this deck. I think flying creatures are excellent in this format, and this is basically, while it does have Elder Deep-Fiend here as a way to kind of get value off of these Phoenixes, and on top of the Phoenixes, we also have Brazen Borrower, and this is kind of just a blue-red flying deck with a little bit of interaction in Izzet Charm, Bonecrusher, Lightning Axe, and Kozilek's Return. Something I'm trying for the first time today is I've got 3 copies of Glorybringer at the top end of our curve here. I am also playing a whole slew of creature lands in the mana base. We've got 25 lands, but 6 of these lands attack. We've got 2 Fumarole and 4 Mutavault here. I'm also trying out a pair of Fabled Passages in the mana base for the first time today. I've been pretty unhappy with drawing more than 1 Shivan Reef in a game, so I'd like to avoid that. So I've gone up on Fabled Passage here. It might be right to just play more Sulfur Falls, but wanna try a few different things out here. MTG Viking, thanks for the 8 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Honestly, with increasing the curve on Glorybringer up to more top end, it might even be right to go up to 26 lands in here, honestly. I'm a big fan of playing extra utility lands and hitting my land drops. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive on into a Pioneer League here and see how it goes. I never understood the appeal of Lightning Axe. There's so many must-answer threats that's okay to 3 for 1 yourself. I assume you mean 2 for 1. So you're not purely just 2 for 1ing yourself. For starters, having really efficient removal like this is a big draw. There's a number of creatures in the format that your shocks don't kill, and Lightning Axe kills most of the creatures people are playing. And we have 8 different cards in our deck between 4 Kozilek's Return and 4 Flamewake Phoenix that don't mind getting discarded. So often you're not actually 2 for 1ing yourself, you're just 1 for 1ing your opponent. And sometimes it's actually just upside to put these cards in the bin rather than having to cast them. Win and die rolls. Sounds like a good start to the day. Easy keep here. Go ahead and lead on Fabled Passage for Basic Island here. And sometimes you will 2 for 1 yourself with that card. There's just no avoiding it on occasion, but often, a number of times, it's gonna be fine. Hey Cohen, thanks for the 14 months. Welcome back. Fabled Passage is playable in Pioneer. Yeah, I think probably. Probably somewhat reasonable. Get my second blue source here. Already have double red lined up. Hey, Thrin, thanks for the 2 months. Turning my gift sub into a real sub. Thanks for keeping me around. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm on 0 Sanctum of Ugins. So it's been a hot second since we played this, but last time we played this deck, I was pretty unhappy with the inclusion of Sanctum. Sanctum of Ugin not only... Sanctum of Ugin was just worse than Mutavault in my experience. So this deck is pretty mana hungry overall. And what's the word I'm searching for? This deck is pretty mana hungry overall. And losing lands by sacrificing Sanctum is generally not great. And just having the extra pressure that Mutavault provides kept overperforming by a good margin. Yeah, I waffled on what exactly I was supposed to be doing with that split a little bit too. But I think I'm pretty confident that 4-0 is correct. Feels Magic Man. Keep a 3-lander, miss your 4th land drop on the draw. Or on the play, we're on the play. Peak Magic the Gathering. Oh, Magic. Yep. There's a part where they play 5 mana tap and then I untap and concede. Two weeks off of work, you're starting to lose your mind. Oh no, don't do that. You know, fielder in me. This is exceptionally unlucky for us because not only have we drawn non-lands here, but we've also just drawn a bunch of spells that just like don't really have text in this matchup. Hey, Mr. Oni, thank you for the very generous tier 3 resub. I appreciate the half a year. Welcome back. I think blue-red flash could be a thing in this format. I don't know. Everything is till it isn't. Yeah, I'm aware, Lord Aaron. All the pluses and minuses work like that. All right, off it. Am I off it? I feel like I'm off it. I just don't feel like playing this game anymore. Magic sucks sometimes. Pretty clean sideboard plan against the control decks here. Got 8 cards here that suck, of which we drew 3 there while not drawing any lands, and then we have 8 cards that are good in the sideboard. So real easy in and out there. I work night shift, so I often sleep when you're live, but I stayed up this morning to resub. Thanks. And great for the great YouTube content and website for those of us who can't watch live. Thanks for dropping in to support me. What CD? I appreciate that. Hope you have a good rest. Thanks for keeping me around. We weren't just dead that game. I could have slogged that out, but it was gonna be miserable and I was kinda off it, so if you're looking for a try hard, play every game out to the smallest percentage, you're gonna be sad here. Yeah, this deck, the control matchup's not bad. Just the combination of never drawing lands and just drawing all cards that are blanks in the matchup felt real bad. Anyone explain competitive Magic to me next year? So, competitive Magic next year, from my understanding, is kind of fractured. Because, like, they're moving from calendar year seasons to middle of the year seasons. So, for whatever reason, instead of going January to December, they want to go July to July. So, they have this weird half season to start next year. Oh, they're actually a 3-color deck. Okay. Interesting. Go ahead and play Flamewake to start here. Yeah, it could be a Fires deck. I don't think my sideboarding really changes. Maybe I want some Aether Gust, depending on what their deck looks like. Magma Spray. Brutal. Super punished for not playing Bonecrusher Giant. Watch like 5 ads for these so I can get the shilling bonus. Yep. Once a month you can share bits to get a shilling bonus. Sometimes the Stream Decker randomly doesn't load. I don't have anything for you. If you type exclamation point deck, their website works. Thanks to 11 months, Dumping Truck. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Man, remember that part where I talked about our deck being resilient against control? I lied. This person has our number. Alright, I think I just cast this and hold up Dispute this turn. Might be right to just smack him with Mutavault. Dispute can counter a Teferi here, though. Can also counter that. Sick. Play the post-dispute Land of Shame. Play the post-dispute Land of Shame. Rats, no Land of Shame? Brutal. And then, I can actually just do this while they're tapped off blue, right? Just do this now. I think Stubborn Denial Phoenix here. That's pretty sweet. So, I have 7 mana total here. I could fire Mutavault, play Kindling Phoenix, hold up Stubborn Denial. I could also play Phoenix, hold up Charm and Stub, which I think is the line I prefer. This one's looking pretty good for us here. Opponent fumbled a little bit to start. They brought in Dovin's Veto against us. Wild. It's an interesting choice against my deck full of creatures. I guess it counters the adventure half of the adventure creatures. I guess that makes sense. I don't know if I'm putting them on fires based on the cards they played. I think if they were a fires deck, they wouldn't be playing Dig. So I don't think this is an Aether Gust matchup. Why not attack with Mutavault and Giant and hold up both counters? If they have Verdict, lands, kill them. If not, you win. I don't know. Rekindling Phoenix is resilient through Verdict, right? And like, I still have them dead the following turn if they kill one of my threats. I think I'd rather just have two 4-drops in play, or two 4-mana threats in play. So, to like actually you for a minute there, Smoochaluch, saying that they're a deck that's splashing a double red card is nonsense. You don't splash double colored cards. Like that's not, like, by definition, that's not what a splash is. A splash is like playing some single cost cards that are maybe a little bit more on the expensive side, so it doesn't matter if you can't cast them on curve. Yeah, I agree, Lord Aaron. I'm actually not convinced that playing Stubborn Denial in the main deck is right. So, like, I think there's, like, I'm pretty happy with most of the spells in this deck, but I'm not certain, like, what the correct mixture of, like, main deck and sideboard is for a lot of the cards I'm playing. I feel like the jury's still out on that for me. Don't tell me how to live my life. I'll splash Cryptic if I want, right? Cycling Sensor. That card's real good against us. Yeah, I agree, Percy. And answers to questions like those will largely depend on, like, how the format shapes up. Completely agree with that. So they missed a land drop, so I'm just going to go ahead and pass here. There's no reason for me to get aggressive and start jamming into things when they might be missing a land next turn. Like, if they miss a land here, they have to either cast a spell or discard to hand size. Either of those things would be good for me. Now I get to untap and play Chandra, Torch of Defiance. Or I get to untap and play Rekindling Phoenix and hold up Stubborn Denial. That sounds more appealing. Because they showed us Devout Decree. So I'd prefer not to play Chandra and just get her Devout Decreed. That's actually fine. I'm definitely just, like, saving my counter spells to counter things that interact with the board. Dig does not draw cards. I also just, like, get to attack it for 4. So, like, it's not a big deal. Like, she gets to impulse, but that's all she does. This game's pretty over. Just like, and this is why Magic's best is a best of 3 game. Like, the first game of this match, I basically didn't get to play Magic and died. The second game, we played a game where we both had lands and spells. And, like, this third game, like, my opponent's not getting to play Magic and they're likely just dead. Like, by playing Magic as a best of 3 game, you'll generally get one game that's a real game in the set. I'm just gonna go ahead and stub this, and then next turn I can, I just don't want them to draw a card and try and hit a land. Oh, they had a land anyways. Okay. I think we're gonna make mana with Chandra, and then, like, dig for some counter spells here, which is why I was okay burning that counter spell there. I think I just take double Izzet Charm here. I don't think EDF's actually necessary. The way this deck's shaped up, I honestly wonder if 4 EDF is even something I'm interested in. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if, like, Elder Deep-Fiend is, like, worse than just playing 4 Glorybringers. Just cast this. Attack with both of the charms up. Whoop Squad, thanks for the brand new Prime support. Welcome to Oglandy. Hope you're having an excellent Thursday everywhere in the world. Thanks for keeping me employed this month with that. Yeah, basically, just blue-red Tempo Flyers. It might honestly be right to just, like, Izzet Charm my own Phoenix there. Probably not. I think I just want to, like, hold up Dub's Izzet Charm to, like, try and make this ultimate. 'Cause, like, they just never beat this emblem. It's actually never beating that emblem. And, like, not only do they have to, like, beat the emblem, but they have to, like, beat the Rekindling Phoenix, and, like, they're also just dead to my creature land. So, like, they're dead, like, 3 different ways here. That doesn't even, like, begin to talk about the Glorybringer in my hand that's ready to knock him down. I wonder if this deck wants Gadwick. Nah, I don't think so. Triple blue sounds real bad. Yeah, like, I've liked this deck a lot, Lord Aaron. This is definitely the, if I had Pioneer tournaments coming up that I cared about, this is the one. This is the deck I'd be working on. Rian, thanks for the 13 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. When we get some Pioneer tournaments next year, like Grand Prix and Opens and stuff, or Energy tournaments, I might make a point to show up for them. What if we didn't do that and you died? Yeah, flying creatures are just very good in this format. I'm a big fan of the adventure creatures in general. Alright, I gotta... On the magic.gg site, downloading files in a text list doesn't import correctly into Magic Arena. You just can't even make this stuff up. You just can't even do it. I don't. They're just a small indie company. Yep. I think the default Hinterland Harbor deck in this format right now is Nexus, which seems okay against Nexus if we draw some lands. Could be some kind of brute. A lot of different things going on right now. Bant is, I think, is less likely to be Nexus. Thanks for keeping this small indie company afloat. Thanks for the 21 months, Blair. I appreciate it. Welcome back. All right, I'm going to stomp their face here, so that way when I miss my land drop, we don't have to discard the hand size. Yeah, it could be spirits. All these buddy lands seem kind of weird for spirits. Would you replace Glorybringer with another creature to trigger Flamewake, or do you think just adding the 4th Glorybringer would be enough? I'm confused by your statement, because your statement to me reads like you don't think Glorybringer triggers Phoenix. So please correct me if I'm wrong. I don't understand your statement. This is a different opponent. I'm playing against a Bant control deck now, it looks like, instead of just Sky. My deck, the Shuffler this morning, is like trying to talk me into that 26th land really badly. It's like, hey Jeff, remember that 26th land you talked about? You should do it. Should totally do it, Jeff. This could still be Nexus. Let's see what they name here and see some cards. I'm probably going to be conceding here. I just need a little bit more information. Hey, thanks for the 21 months, Robert. I appreciate that. Welcome back. They named Growth Spiral, and they missed. Let's Petty Theft this one. Yeah, it could just be Nexus with Teferi in it. It's definitely not unreasonable. No, I think Tamiyo makes it pretty unlikely that they're Field of the Dead. I'd assume, based on what they've played so far, that they're a Nexus deck. It's pretty clear what we are if they paid attention to the format all at this point, so I'm gonna play out this game that we're pretty unlikely to win just for the sake of gaining some information here. I mean, I don't know that you want to cut all the EDFs. I think K-Return's just like a fine card on its own. Yeah, there's a Wilderness Reclamation. They're playing white for Sphinx's Rev as well. Gosh, that's so greedy. So many big expensive things. They're also missing land drops at the moment, so like maybe we have a shot here. JK, LOL. The good news is Bonecrusher Giant lets us kill this through a fog, so we got that going for us. That actually isn't that big of a deal, right? So I get to stomp this, and then this gives me a land. So, like, sure. That seems like a sweet card in general to play in their deck, but in this specific situation, it's very reasonable for us. Can I bump Blue, Red, and Soul and Pioneer? You definitely can, Terran Terror. Thank you for the very generous tier 3 resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I believe that'll put in Soul into tomorrow, the 4K bump. Thanks for keeping me around. Might not get another turn here. They have 7 mana. They have 5 plus these 2. Hey, thanks for the feedback, Anaphylactic. I appreciate that. It's good to know. As a heads up, I am going to be doing all Pioneer on tomorrow's stream for Friday. But I think this is going to be my approximate schedule, at least through the end of the year. It's going to be 4 days of 1 Moto into all Arena, and then 1 all Moto day. Yeah, I think I might actually change the Teamer Elemental deck to something else, though. I have, like, an aggressively slanted Teamer Elemental deck, and I think I want to give a try to the what's-it-called build. That idiot guy. Thanks for the 3rd of you. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I don't know how much Mythgard I'm going to do. I think we're dead here, right? I'd be surprised if we're not dead here. Was hoping to draw a red source there, so we just like double Flamewake them. I'm planning to do at least an hour of Mythgard. Oh, magic. think we're actually just boarding like we boarded against the control deck. Not quite exactly the same, right? Because I want Aether Gust here, I suppose. Chandra is less good here. I think Dig is still good. What do I want to trim? Is Rekindling Phoenix my worst threat? I guess it's good with EDF. I feel like it's Rekindling or Glorybringer. It's probably just Glorybringer, huh? I think it's probably Banger. I could even just like Coward Split it and trim one of each. Maybe that's the ticket. I don't hate that. Thanks for the 44 months Pengu power. It's an absurd duration of time. One of the OGs. Hope your Thursday's going well. Yeah, Glorybringer is basically just a 4/4 with haste here. Some of these Nexus decks board into creature threats post board, so like they know we're bringing in more interaction. So like it might kill something. Non-zero chance. Master Chief, thanks for cashing that Prime for another month. Welcome back. Happy 10 months. Dig seems out of place with all the critters that want to come back from the graveyard. Alright, I'm going to let you in on Dig Through Time's dirty little secret. Dig Through Time is great when it costs 5 and 6 mana. That's Dig Through Time's dirty little secret, chat. You'll also notice in the matches where I'm boarding in Dig Through Time, I'm boarding out things like Kozilek's Return that care about the graveyard. Is something to note. Dig Through Time. The best way to think about Dig Through Time is it's a card that gives us more threat density while also giving us more interaction density. And like which of those two things it's giving us in any given game can be flexible depending on what we need. Hey, remember those threats out of the sideboard I was talking about? Bonecrusher is so good just because, like, it's a card we want to leave in matchups like this anyways, and then, like, it leaves us removal that, like, randomly kills things like this when they try and pivot. It's very, very elegant. I was thinking about submitting a list that uses Eldritch Revolution to go Flamewake to Glorybringer. Yes, please. It should probably play Rekindling Phoenix too. But yeah, that sounds great. In for doing that. What are we doing? Are they digging for 6? It's a real shame we... Oh, that's a pivot. Pivot. Alrighty then. Alright, hoping to draw untapped land here so we can get Glorybringer down. Or we could Brick and Die. You know, I hear Brick and Die is really nice this time of year as well. Big fan of never drawing a land and dying. If we'd have gotten to play Glorybringer there, we'd have hit them to 8, and then we'd have had them dead the following turn. Squid them. They're playing Censor, so I think squidding this turn is like pretty medium. Oh, they just get to crank Blast Zone to 3 here and then blow it up, right? Yep. Opponent is now clueless. They are at 10. So, like, you know, they don't take all the turns here. We could have a shot. There is a chance that they take all the turns here, though. Hey, wherever you'll be around at, thanks for being here, New Genesis. I appreciate the 16 months. Welcome back. Okay, to the surprise of no one, they put Reclamation back on top. Guessing Dig in response? Guessing Rev in response? Sure. That is completely reasonable and beatable. If we'd have hit this on curve, we might have been okay here, but I think the fact that we just, like, didn't have a 5th land till turn 7 means this game is pretty over. I assume there's an incredible chance we just don't get another turn and die here. I'd assume Reclamation / Nexus is probably at the top of the watch list for this format at this point. Yeah, I agree, Percy. I felt ahead against the blue-green Nexus decks. Obviously, the Bant changes the dynamic, but, like, we just had 2 games in a row here. We just, like, didn't really get to play Magic, and that's just, like, how the game goes sometimes. And you can't, it's hard to go from gut feeling in this matchup too, because, like, this is a matchup where the match feels miserable even when you're winning, which is why it's such a heinous archetype. So, like, it's hard to know if, like, the match is good or bad from just instinct. They put a card on top and then they drew a card here, so I assume we're not getting another turn. I concede to what's it called? Oh, they could still Nexus, right? Are we 1 point off of lethal? We're 1 point off of lethal this turn. It's real annoying. Settle the wreckage. Yeah, I'm exerting here because I would like to kill this with a stomp. Yep. Like I said, maybe a different game if we have lands earlier, but there's not a whole lot we can do there. Spider Monkey, thanks for the 11 months. I appreciate you sending that Prime support this way again. Welcome back. There's definitely a subset of people that really enjoy playing decks like Nexus of Fate. I don't doubt that. I know those people exist. It is a lot of game actions to actually execute on Magic Online though, for sure. Nice, Thrin. I missed a streak while on vacation. That's okay, man. 42 is still a giant number. In paper, it's worse. You gotta shuffle. Oh, God. Vanin. Cashed it in for the 15th month at the tier 3 level. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. If you bounce the rack at the end of their second main phase, they can just recast it during that main phase thread of length. Every time a player takes an action, there's another round of priority. So if you bounce it during their second main phase, then they have 4 untapped lands, they just replay it. Thanks for the 5 months, Swimmer. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Happy Thursday. I'm just gonna get aggressive here. Andrew Jessup posted a list that he 5-0'd with that was mono black post bannings up on his Twitter account. Was a Sorin list with Champion of Dusk in it and some Grey Merchants. Yeah, Sorin plus Mutavault is very good. Mutavault is already the best creature land of the format. Pairing it with Sorin puts it into overdrive. This might be what the opponent's playing. Hardcast Murderous Rider, sure. This is my 4-3. Or many like it, but this one is mine. No blocks. I assume you're about to spend the second removal spell on my elemental. Probably a Murderous Rider. Yeah, I imagine they have a second if they played the first out as aggressively as they did. Not surprised. So, I think I'm Lightning Axing. This Murderous Rider this turn, discarding Kozilek's return. Then the question is, do I want to shock to attack them for 2 so I can hold up Izzet Charm? I think I do. No, we missed land drops and died 2 games in a row against Nexus. Which again, honestly, I think there's an argument for just playing 26 lands in this deck. Just like going up another utility land, play like a castle or another Wandering Fumarole or something. Yeah, my opponent didn't need Revolt to kill my Phoenix there, so I'd assume that they just like don't have a 4th land here. And like the second Urborg was their 4th land basically. Alright, so we're 2 lands away from Elder Deep-Fiend, just like casting Freight Mana. We've definitely not had a good mix of things so far today. I mean, like, we're 1-1 overall, so like if we're running bad and we're still winning some matches, it's probably fine. Kalitas, brutal. Card's really good against us. Yeah, I agree with that, Percy. It's a good card in the format. It's a staple in most black decks for a reason. So this is a fatal push, right? Yes, if Phoenix trades with Kalitas, the Phoenix gets exiled. So the question is, do I flash in Deep-Fiend and like Izzet Charm to finish the Kalitas? I feel like I don't. I feel like we just like sit here and have a staring contest for now. I guess if they hit another land, they can sack 2 zombies, which makes waiting here wrong. Should we start holding lands for this charm? No, the charm is killing the Kalitas. I'd like to be able to, like, attack with Mutavault and do other stuff, or, like, defend with Mutavault and do other stuff. Alright, so upkeep, we're gonna merge off of this, and it's gonna get exiled because of Kalitas. We're gonna go ahead and go diddle your utility lands and stuff. Flashback, Kozilek's return. No, they can pay 3 and sack a zombie to put 2 counters on it. So I need to do 5 plus more. Hey, Zach Attack, thanks for 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. Well, I mean, you know. Alright, we're down to 5. card's real good. Also good. Huh? I'm just gonna smack them with everything and see what they do. Definitely swung the game in our favor. I actually think the game's incredibly close at the moment. So, like, I'm ahead on board a little bit, but, like, my opponent's got 4 cards in their hand still. So, they're going to animate a Mutavault to try and make this a 2-2 to trade with my Mutavault, and we're going to stomp their Mutavault before damage happens. So that way I'll keep all 3 of my vaults. So they're going to end up at 3, and they're going to lose their board, and I'm going to lose an Elder Deep-Fiend. And I'll have one of these waiting in the wings, and then hopefully Mutavaults can finish this game out. What should I prioritize if I can't afford it all? Borrower is definitely a lot more important than Mutavault. You can play, I would play, if you can't play Mutavaults, I would play a mix of, I don't know how much Sanctum of Ugin costs. If Sanctum of Ugin is cheaper, I'm actually not 100% convinced that playing 0 Sanctum is right. Sanctum's definitely a super reasonable card. Dread Presence Urborg, yep, seems good. Brutal. Sanctum of Ugin's like $1. Deal. Go play Sanctum of Ugin. Have I mentioned that I love creature lands, chat? I feel like I haven't mentioned recently enough that I love creature lands. So what? We're 18 cards into our deck here, and we've drawn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've drawn 10 lands in 18 cards. Nice little slag, hanging out here playing a real game of Magic. Which is pretty great. Scale of 1 to dead. What are we working with here, opponent? I think that's true, Tron. I think people are coming around on Mutavault. Like, I think the mono black aggro deck opened a lot of people's eyes. As long as it's legal, the best Mutavault deck will be the best deck in the format. I don't think that's too extreme of a take. I think that's probably about accurate. They picked Aetherborn back up. Do they have a land? If they have a land, they're not dead. I mean, they're literally just dead on board, right? Like, they go block, block, take 4. Let's see if I find the line here, chat. Let's see if I manage to attack with all my Mutavaults for the 4th turn in a row. So, Kalitas is one of the reasons why I have Chandra on the sideboard. It's very possible there should be 2 Chandras in my 75. Kalitas is also a reason to potentially have more Glorybringers in my 75. Izzet Charm seems kind of medium here. it doesn't kill a lot of their stuff that we care about, I don't think. Lava Coil or Rose. I don't think that's necessary. I kind of like these instant speed spells. Maybe it's better than Abrade right now. Maybe. The thing about Lava Coil and Rose, Percy, is that a lot of the Kalitas decks in this format aren't creature heavy. So I think having a bunch of cards like that like you can't bring it against like the mid-range of the control decks reasonably that are playing Kalitas is bad. I think this is a dig matchup because they're killing my stuff. Stellaris, thanks for the 14 months. You think you like Stubby D? I don't think so. I get that they have like Murderous Rider and stuff, but like I think their creatures tend to be more important than their spells. Like outside of exactly Murderous Rider, I think I don't really care. Kalitas is another reason to be playing Glorybringer as well. You can just bang that the turn it comes down. Shadow Rail coming in hot for the 22nd month. Thanks for keeping me around. Welcome back. Yeah, I'm just like a pretty big fan of the Aether Gust in my sideboard, Percy. And I don't know that I want to like trim those for like spells like that. Chandra's just like the second best planeswalker in the format. It's like wouldn't mind playing more of her. Not getting aggressive with the Bonecrusher Giant this game just because I have a 3-drop to play without it. If I didn't have the Flamewake Phoenix to play on 3 here, I might have just like stomped their face there, but saving the Bonecrusher Giant means if I draw like an Izzet Charm or another Giant, I can double spell to kill a Kalitas if they play it on 4. No, Kalitas is great for us. The Fabled Passages randomly helping fuel the digs post-board has been nice. The pair of these has not felt awkward so far. I'm sure they probably will at some point, but so far I've been pretty happy with the pair. We're struggling to like find the last couple of lands I wanted to play, because like Shivan Reef just really sucks when you draw more than one. Definitely lost a number of games to like drawing 2 Shivan Reeves. Yeah, bigger grease bank. This is a good turn for them. I guess this like kinda cost them a card. I did, Nivik. If you're here later, you should remind me to plug those for people, so they know to sign in and get freebies. Whew. Is that even a good play? I think that's actually not a good play, right? Nah, it's a good play. They get to kill her with Mutavault, but like that takes up some of their turn, and like it gets rid of like their card engine and their way to like kill this for free. So I think this is right. Single temple. That might be okay. Definitely haven't tested that. Yeah, Mythgard emailed out some codes that have everybody can enter on their account once. They give you, I think, 3 free packs and 1 for a card sleeve. If I recall correctly. I think I'm gonna plan to just like double K return this turn. Was there value to not attacking with the Phoenix? I would encourage you to read my cards. But reading is so hard. But Dad, I don't want to read. Sick. Do a double K return here. Deal. Flamewake would be super busted if it could play defense. It's like already pretty good. It would go from pretty good to just full on busted, I think, if it could play defense. Yeah, I agree. If this is their line that turn, their hand's gotta be pretty bad. Nice 2-4. They could have just like another Grey Merchant here. Yeah, just kill this in response. Ha! We can actually just, like, do that for 6 mana, huh? It's kind of great. They're dead in 2 currently. It's really bad, Zajad. 6 mana Bolt. Hey, this card's way better than Bolt. Thank you very much. Alright, so I'm not going to pull the trigger on the axe because I want to kill Kalitas in response. If they go to kill one of my things, if I blink and try and kill Kalitas, they'll kill my thing in response and it'll get exiled. So by waiting for them to make the move, I get to keep my Phoenix around, which is great. Yeah, they have to have a removal spell though. Or they're dead because they're at 6. Adausium Philadelphia says, yeah, I recently sold out of Adausium. Good golly. You know it's bad when username checks out, sadness resolves. Lightning Axe is so good. Scale of 1 to dead, what are we working with here? I had the deck totally foiled. I believe you. You know Modern's in a spot when people whose usernames are their decks are selling their fully foiled versions of it. Yeah, I agree. That turn cycle there was a good example of like reading what's going on and what they have to do and then like responding accordingly. I've been tinkering at my LGF, but it hasn't have enough reps yet to make conclusion. Do you think Esper Control, Splashing for Thoughtseize, and Fatal Push? Or do I stick to Blue-White? I honestly think Blue-White's probably good enough. I think Deck in Stone is fine. I had fully foiled Elves that I sold out of in Legacy and Modern. Would have been better to also attack with Mutavault and discard land. No, because if I attack with the Mutavault, their lifelink creature can just block it and they don't have to play a removal spell that turn, Jedi. So, because they were at 6 and I was attacking for 6 in the air, they were forced to take an action there or die. Whereas if I attack with the Mutavault, they don't have to take a game action. Thanks for the 14 months, Worst Neighbor NA. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Let's give the Alliance Builder out and Pioneer a bump, please, sir. We'll do tracks. Thanks for the support. I appreciate it. I'm just going to go ahead and play my 4-3 here. Just get my beat down on. Morning, Win Magus. I think blue-white approach is great. Deck's been very reasonable when we've played it. Double squids here is a little bit awkward. Hoping to draw a Phoenix here sometime soon. Mutavault attack's a little aggressive here, but with the Izzet Charm, I think it's fine. Yeah, I agree, Adosium. Turn 5 to 6 is more accurate. You think the arena mechanics, like wild cards, immediate rewards, have shrunk meta diversity in Standard recently. I don't really have big picture on Standard behind the last couple of years, but the meta settles quicker and fewer decks are taking up large. I think blaming. I think your point. I don't agree with your point. I would be surprised if the point you're trying to make is correct. I would be surprised if the arena economy is the reason recent Magic formats have been narrow, and not recent Magic formats have been narrow because Wizards has designed bad formats. Wait, Nassif played blue-white without 3-mana Teferi? That's an interesting decision. Vomit. Alright. My body is ready to get censored. Can you talk about why 3-mana Chandra has been removed from Rakdos Aristocrats? I'm pretty sure there's 3-mana Chandras in my Rakdos Aristocrats left on my website. Or did I change it to a mono blacklist? Nope, yeah. Four Chandras on my website. They have a counterspell and a seal away. I'm just going to go ahead and pack it in here. Again, boarding against control is super easy with this deck. You have 8 really obvious cards to cut and 8 great cards to bring in. I almost tweeted about that last night when I looked at the metagame breakdown. They banned 3 busted green cards, and Forest is the most played card at the Mythic Championship. Green's real pushed. Green is in fact still the best card in. Red, best color in Standard. Not close. I couldn't find a replay where you talked about it. Why did I cut Big Tef from Lloyd Approach? Yeah, basically Paper Skate. It just felt clunky. I felt like I had too much top end. I believe there's one in the Wish package still, if I recall correctly. Hopefully, they'll ban Once and Veil in Historic. That really can't happen soon enough. Thanks for the 5 months, Cardboard Tech. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Watsy pushing white? Yeah, that's pretty unlikely. White's been a dumpster fire of a color for a long, long time. Alright, 41 seconds left. So either my opponent's taking forever or I've disconnected and Moto hasn't told me that I'm disconnected. Could be either, really. Who knows? Quality Wizard software products. What's the buzz in the background? It might be something wrong with your headset, unless you were referring to the sound that my desk was making for a second. I didn't mute while I raised my desk there. I guess I often do that. Someone posted that WotC's missing the boat by not offering the subscription fee for Moto that lets you have access to whatever cards you want. Do you think that would be a good idea? I mean, it does invalidate their economy doing that, but there's also like third-party vendors that are offering that ad hoc basically and making a lot of money doing it. I don't know. All I'm going to say is Wizards of the Coast likes money. This is going to be a shocking revelation to you, but Wizards of the Coast likes money. So whenever they don't do something, it's likely because they think they stand to make more money by doing it a different way. Now, whether or not they're correct all the time when they make that assumption is up for debate, almost certainly. But, like, they definitely don't offer rental because they think they stand to make more money by not offering a rental option. Yeah, usually I throw the mute on when I throw the desk up. I just missed it that time. Wizard likes money. Money is green. Green is the best color. It all makes sense. There you go. The truth is out there, sheeple. Wake up. Hey, thanks for the 14 months, Govern. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. There's not anything going on that's like not always there. My computer does in fact have a fan in it that is like not 100% silent, but it's also always on. Couple of cycles there. Probably looking for land. The Field of the Rune played out. Could imply that they like don't have a fourth land. Poor Flamewake. Alright, got a real banger for him here. So if they have a Teferi here, and they like tuck my Glorybringer, I can Brazen Borrower, bounce the D-Spear, and have Flamewake kill Teferi, which is nice. Another D-Spear for the Glorybringer here isn't a big deal, because I can Borrower bounce this D-Spear, and then I'll be able to give him a fat stubby D on the way back down. So I'm going to go ahead and Petty Theft this and smack them for 4. I don't know. I think Mark Rosewater's summary of players are good at identifying problems, but they're not good at identifying solutions is pretty accurate. So, rather than, like, me trying to make up random things to do Wizards of the Coast job for them, I'd rather just, like, point out things that I think aren't well done, rather than, like, try and spend time focusing on, like, fixing them. There's this really, I'm just gonna call it a boomer attitude, because that's what it is. It's crap I've heard from people who are older a lot. This idea that in order to identify a problem, you have to be able to also solve that problem yourself is just like the hottest of nonsense. The idea that in order to say something isn't ideal, you have to be qualified and capable of fixing that thing that isn't ideal is it's just nonsense. Dealt. Opponent is down to just 3 cards in hand here, though, so, like, maybe this Bonecrusher plus Brazen Borrower can eke this game out. Yeah, no reason to play this untapped, right? I'm just gonna, like, end step Borrower, and the only thing I can maybe do is Stomp. Impulse says, maybe I'm supposed to play Borrower in response. So in case they find a counterspell. Hey, I don't know that I agree with the statement that 2-mana Thalia is a well-designed card. 2-mana Thalia is a card that's very similar to, like, Wasteland and Rishadan Port, in that it's a card that takes one of the fundamental high variance things about Magic in resource variance, and then it can make it extrapolate on that and make it worse for players. So I don't know, I agree with the sentiment that Thalia is a good design. Thalia is real close to too good in the prison department, yeah. Yeah, and like, when you just add a little bit of stumble in with her, she becomes overbearing and frustrating very quickly. Morning, Scooter. We could have resolved Dig through Veto there. Sure. I think I'd rather take their Narset off the table, though. That's why, or take the Narset down to 1, which is why I did that there and deploy another threat. It's a little unfortunate that, like, we haven't drawn any creature lands, but I guess they also have double Field of Runes, so, like, even if we had creature lands, it wouldn't really matter. Probably dead here, since they have Veto in their hand from the Narset. Suppose they could brick off from here and we could draw some creatures, so we'll run it out. But, like, 5 mana Teferi, I'm going to concede. Yeah, Gideon will do too. I guess we'll take a draw step at a banger. If we had a banger, we could maybe get there. I'm actually going to go ahead and dig at their end of turn. And the reason for this is, this way if I draw Brazen Borrower, I can Brazen Borrower on my turn and not get it vetoed. Because Brazen Borrower would be like drawing a Glorybringer. Alright, that's a banger. Now the question is, do I kill the Knight ally in addition to killing Gideon? I could also just hope their last card's a blank. Do I just kill them? What do we like about just attacking them? They're at 8. Is that too risky? I kind of like just like hoping they're on blank blank. I feel like, yeah, I think the play to win line is what we're supposed to do here, right? Like, there's no guarantee we get there, but yeah, I think we just hope to like double face them. Scale of 1 to dead. What are we working with here? Oh, they get to bounce their D-Sphere and replay it here? Rough. We have draws. We have 3 Brazen Borrowers and 1 more Glorybringer in my deck that I can draw here. Did they miss the line? Looks like they missed the line, so they have to have something in their hand. They could have, like, Absorb here. With Absorb in their hand, I like their line better. Yeah. I think what we did there was correct. I don't think we win regardless which way we go based on the cards they had. And I think making them have the answer to Glorybringer is ideal there. Thanks, Jesse. Morning, Karsten. Yeah, this archetype's very reasonable. I think Glorybringer's probably pretty good. Probably want to test going up a land in the deck overall. That's fine. We've run a little bit bad in the matches that we've lost. A lot of close games. A lot of margins where it's like, well, if this like just goes slightly more in our favor, we're fine. So this game's over, right? I can concede. Are we done here? Feels like we might be done here. Yeah, one of the WotC Influencer Manager had a quote in an article, Kinklebiter, talking about how small and medium-sized influencers are great because you can pay them an exposure. And when I called her out on it, she doubled down on her stance of paying people an exposure. Is Oko too good for Pioneer? I don't know. I kind of hope it's not. I like Oko as a card. I think Oko is definitely very good against our deck. I'm going to take 5. I'm going to K-Return at the end of turn. Yeah, I agree, Jin. I learned that thread taught me that I have pissed people off to the degree that they hate me more than they hate capitalism, which is honestly kind of impressive, really, if you think about it, because people really hate capitalism. So by using my health total as a bit of a resource there and taking the hit from the Skoos, we end up getting a little bit of extra value out of that, which is nice. I think I'm just going to play a Bonecrusher Giant here. Get set up to Deep-Fiend next turn. Never underestimate random people on the internet's amount that they're going to get upset by when you remove their ability to post in an online forum. The thread was actually removed, I believe, from the Magic subreddit. Just rebuying Scavenging Ooze right away. Rough. Okay, that's not strictly the worst here. I think I have to Lightning Axe this, right? I mean, there's no way to deal with there isn't really a way to deal with turn 2 Oko when you're on the draw, no? Like, you can beat Oko by attacking it if you're an aggressive deck. But like, when it comes down turn 2 and you're on the draw and your deck isn't particularly aggressive, no, you're mostly just dead. At the end of the day, I've made it to a wonderful point in life where the opinions of random people hiding behind screen names on internet forums throwing monkey feces in my direction doesn't really impact my mental state much anymore, which is a good place to get to. That's not something I could always say. Brutal. That cuts her out of the Kozilek's return. Oh, right. We knew they had that too, right? Because they picked it back up. Yeah, we knew that was coming. Wait, what? Friendo. Friendo. I'm gonna tap that Oko chat. Yeah, you're not wrong, Mikey. At the end of the day, the fact that I have a pile of people that support me here is definitely a big part of what helped me get over that. It can be tough sometimes to like cut through the crap and realize that, like, it's a vocal minority, but, like, at the end of the day, regardless of how many people like or dislike me that claim to on the internet, there's, like, a reason why I'm one of the most watched and I'm the most subscribed to Magic streamer on Twitch. Like, people can be petty and fling mud in my direction all they want, but, like, both those things are true. Thanks for the 3/4 of a year, Kennedy. I appreciate that. Welcome back. No, I have more Twitch subscribers than Caleb Durward does. He has a higher average viewer count than I do, but I have more Twitch subscribers than him. Did I miss why we didn't Deep-Fiend on their turn? Yeah, if they Scavenging Ooze my Kozilek's return in response... If they Scavenging Ooze my Kozilek's return in response to the trigger, I don't get anything. Alright, we need to kill an Oko in combat. Maybe I'm supposed to fire up... No, I can't fire up the other Mutavault here because, yeah, that's unfortunate. If I fire up the other Mutavault, I die to a land. I guess I'm dead to a land here either way. Yeah, I should have fired up the other Mutavault because I'm dead to a land because Oko gets to do this. So I'm going to be dead to an untapped land regardless. So I definitely should have just fired up the other Mutavault. I'm also just like dead to a removal spell now. Yeah, my play was really bad there. I should have fired up the other Mutavault because I wasn't thinking about Fatal Push when I entered combat. So like now I'm dead to removal spells and lands here, whereas I would have only been dead to a land if I'd have fired up the other Mutavault. Thanks, Dougie. Really? Okay. Another Mutavault here, huh? Alright, so... They have one card left. Gosh, if I'd have killed the Oko last turn with the Mutavault, I'd be so far ahead. So like, they had turn 2 Oko on the play this game, and if I'd have played better, we'd be winning this, I think. We might still be winning this, but we'd be pretty reasonably ahead if I had played better. Alright, so I'm going to kill Oko with this, and I'm going to trade this with this food here. I think is the plan. So now Liliana can kill this, but then Elder Deep-Fiend hip checks Liliana. Liliana could also rebuy Scavenging Ooze, which could potentially be a problem in the long term. Yeah. They can also rebuy Tasigur here. But this lets me keep my Brazen Borrower, so like, there's that going on. Means you see what they do here. Yeah, I think the fact that I didn't fire up the second Mutavault that turn, and they got to make a 3/3 with the Oko, could very easily lose me this game. The fact that they were able to make that 3/3 means that this Liliana was able to live an extra turn and rebuy a Tasigur. So like that one small decision that I made is like really snowballed here on us. Oh, they just had a Scavenging Ooze naturally. Yikes. Well, that's a real banger. I think I just leave myself dead to a removal spell on Elder Deep-Fiend. I don't actually think they have that many removal spells that kill Deep-Fiend here. So I'm pretty sure we go kill your Last Hope, attack you, exert, kill your Scavenging Ooze. I guess I'm also dead to untapped land here still through all of this. So like untapped lands and removal spells for Deep-Fiend. Oh, they're actually out of energy. So they need untapped blue source, which they drew. Yeah, and again, like, they wouldn't have been able to get this Tasigur back had I played better. So like, My opponent had their best possible start in turn 2 Oko on the play, and the reason why I ended up losing that game was because of a mistake that I made. So like if I just like think through the permutation of the turn where I make the attack on the Oko, we end up being fine. Borrower can't block, Brad. Can't block things without flying. This card's already busted. It'd be completely nuts if it could do that. Any advice for playing faster control games? Yeah, play faster. If you play slowly, control's not a good archetype to play. Thanks for the 31 months, Scorpio. Scorpion, I appreciate that. Welcome back. I don't know what I want to cut here. I'm pretty sure I want Aether Gust. Most of my cards seem pretty okay. Maybe K-Return's just not good enough. Like, it was okay that game, but, like, with all their scavenging uses and stuff, maybe it's not good enough. Let's try this. Oh, I'm excited to never draw a third land and concede. This is the burrito match. I believe we're 2-2, right? Yeah. So playing for our $7 here. Sick. Good beats. I've never seen you play Vintage. Why is that? Because I play formats people want to watch. Yeah, we've played Vintage on stream before. If you dig back into my YouTube channel, you can find it. But generally speaking, if I'm not playing a format, it's because either I don't like it or people aren't interested in it. Thanks for the 3 months, Carson. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Well, the good news here is if they have a second Oko, I get to, like, they elk this and I hit them with both of these. Alright, opponent is no longer clueless. Huh? Just gonna play second Phoenix for now, I think. Just, like, try and kill them in the air here. Boom Fist with the brand new tier 1 sub. Welcome to Hoaglandia. I appreciate you keeping me around with that. For folks who are fans of Pioneer, this is going to be our last Pioneer match of the morning. But tomorrow's stream is going to be entirely Pioneer. I might wrap up with some Mythgard, but we're going to do like 4 Pioneer decks tomorrow. As always, you can find my schedule of not only when I'm streaming, but what formats I'm streaming on my website, and my Twitter, and in the subscribers Discord. Lots of places to find the info you want. Oko is loco. Let's get rid of that one. Gosh, I think I just have to send 9 here, right? Do I? Am I supposed to play around Fatal Push? 4 damage is a really big deal. I'm not going to play around Fatal Push. I think I'm just supposed to, like, try and end this game. Yeah, I ain't scared, chat. Tried to high roll for like a Tassiger there, probably. They missed. Land's actually not a bad draw here. So I can Lightning Axe this. Nah. Work a lot, so I'm never awake during the streams. Haven't got a chance to sub before, but I watch all the YouTube content. No worries, Boomfist. I appreciate it. Good to see you here. So I could, like, axe this Glint Sleeve Siphoner, crack them for 4, kill the Liliana, emerge off the Phoenix, tap 4 of their lands during their upkeep. If you right-click on the Mutavault, the new one says newly controlled. I think that's the line. I think it's axe this, kill Liliana, hit them to 8, and then like tap 4 of their lands, emerge off the Phoenix. So they get to spend this mana cracking the clues, but like, fine. I mean, it's kind of weak to their clues. Like, I'm tapping them off all their lands, Brad. So, like, they're getting to use their mana, but they're pretty likely to die, right? Like, my Phoenix is coming back. I have 3 threats and 2 Mutavaults. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's the correct line. That's a great command, Percy. That's excellent. Couldn't have wrote it better myself. Yeah, the elk doesn't have a dice trigger, is correct. Triple lightning axe kind of sucks, but the rest of this is fine. Sweet. No turn 1 dork means I can. Izzet Charm a turn 3 Oko? I'll play Pauper for $100. Loose take. Most people that enjoy playing Pauper don't have $100 for a donation. It's funny because it's true. Can we clip that? You definitely should. That is super clippable. And the best part about that shade, either it doesn't happen and then it's funny, or someone does decide that they really want to make me play Pauper and I get $100. So like, it's really a win-win situation for me. Those are the best situations, chat. The ones where regardless of the outcome, you come out ahead. Hope they make you play your shuffling deck. My shuffling deck is not Pauper legal, thank you very much. It's got a bunch of uncommons in it. I think the last time we played Pauper, I was 2-0 in a league, and we had taken like an hour and a half to get to 2-0, and it was just like such a miserable slog. No, you cannot donate for me to play my shuffling deck. It is only legacy legal, and it's not good. Just shove some brainstorms in it. The Cannon Fodder, thanks for the 3-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. That's true. That's true. But the price to play the shuffling deck is in the range of, if you have to ask the price, you can't afford it. Just so everything's above the board here. No, there's not a deck list, because it's not really a deck. It's a pile of, like, casual red-green madness cards from my childhood. Yeah, I think we're gonna have something, Koontz. Man, that's really frustrating. So, like, I didn't want to play Elder Deep-Fiend out, because then they just elk it, and then I don't get my Phoenixes back. That sucks. No, I mean, like, it's a stack of magic cards that exists in my office somewhere. Or maybe not in my office right now. I think Jake came and took it at one point. Just like a deck that I beat on, like a fidget spinner style thing. Double Lightning Axe looking awkward until they're not. But why would I bounce Oko? Oko's at 2. Why would I want to reset his loyalty? I think Questing Beast is great. I think Nexus of Fates deck people are playing still. Getting just like no Surf Fogs is great. Thanks for the tip, Mr. Missouri. I appreciate it. Is this enough to play the shuffling deck? It is not. I recently filled out a forum that asked what languages I know, but said in parentheses don't include programming languages. Rude. Lightning Axe is just super awkward here. Yeah, I'm definitely just I'm attacking Oko. The thing I'm kind of in the tank about is, do I want to animate Mutavault and try and kill the Oko? I think the answer is no, just because I'm so choked on lands. Like, getting my Mutavault killed here is real bad. I think I just want to, like, play Brazen Borrower out at the end of their turn and then try and kill Oko that way. That's actually pretty good for us. I would love a land here. Definitely super mana starved at the moment. Barbershops is the hipster name for lantern control because it takes a little off the top. Thanks for the 4 months, Flame Burst. I appreciate it. Welcome back. If they don't have a way to discard or kill this Rekindling Phoenix, we're going to be super far ahead next turn if we get to bring back Flamewake. So this Oko gets to go to 4 to 5 loyalty here, so we're still like playing that sub-game at the moment. But if we can get this Rekindling Phoenix down and recover Flamewake, we'll be in a reasonable spot. Sure. Need to have, like, a counterspell or an Assassin's Trophy. How much for Lantern Control? 1,000 US dollars. And no, you're not allowed to crowdfund it, and it has to be in bits or gifted subs. Preferably bits. Now, it has to be in bits. Has to be in bits. Bits have a surcharge, so I'll give you a deal. 750k bits. Won't even make you do the full 100k. 750k bits, I'll play Lantern Control. Okay. $750k bits is $750. No, one bit is 1 penny, chat. So you gotta take 2 zeros off of it. Move the decimal place over. Twice. Is it? Am I thinking wrong? No, 100k. Oh, 100k is 1,000. 75k. Look at that. Such a steal. Such a steal. 75k. You're right. You're right. It's 75k. Look at that. With prices like that, how can you not buy in? Cyber Monday sale. So you get to eat one of my 2 Flamewakes here, but then this goes away. I get to end step Brazen Borrower. I get to untap Flamewake, or Rekindling, bring back Flamewake. They have 3 cards in their hand, but I'm pretty far ahead on board at this point. Second Oko comes down, Elk's Rekindling Phoenix, Brazen Borrower, Flamewake, kill second Oko, still in an okay spot. That Assassin's Trophy was the best card in your deck. It was pretty reasonable. I promise to play all 5 matches. I promise to make my opponent kill me in all 5 matches for $750. This is my promise to you. And remember, the answer is I don't want to play that deck, so that's why the number is what it is. Why not just PayPal? Because people can charge back on PayPal. Take your money and do something else with it. Don't give it to me. But I also just don't believe in people saying I won't do that for any amount of money. Because whenever someone says they won't do something for any amount of money, they're lying to you. They have a number, they're just not telling you. That number exists. Everything has a price, chat. They're high enough here. Oh, they don't have black mana. I'm gonna get like Aether Gusted and slide out of my chair here, but if they don't have Aether Gust, this is fine. Deal. Second Rekindling Phoenix is a great draw. Thanks for the 17 months, Wee McGee. What you're saying is we're all prostitutes. I'm saying we're all prostitutes and some of us just don't know it. I'm just saying some people are in denial. Was that a good draw? I feel like that might have been a good draw. Chandra's real good. There should probably only playing one Chandra in the 75. Almost certainly wrong, I think. She's been excellent. I'm coming around to 4 lightning axes maybe being too many. I feel like that's something I'm kind of feeling. All right, we hit the 3-2. We hit the 3-2. Almost beat turn 2 Oko on the draw if I'd have played a little bit better. We won the burrito match. That's exciting. Yeah, I think after playing this, 4 lightning axes feels like it might be one too many. There's a chance that this deck wants a 26th land. We could have also just run a little bit behind the curveball. We also have a bunch of creature land, so I wouldn't be surprised. I would probably test a 26th land. I don't think I'm going to put a 26th land on the website because I'm not super confident in it, but I would not be surprised if someone played a bunch of games. They're like, yeah, you just want a 26th land. So I think I'd cut an axe. I think I'd slide a Stubborn Denial into the main, and I think I'd throw a second Chandra in the board for now. I think this is probably what I'm going to update the website to reflect. I think I'm pretty happy with this configuration. Had some close schemes in there. Could have gone either way with a little bit of luck. Thanks for the 6 months, Time Walk TV. I appreciate it. Rufio Boy, thanks for the 5 months. Thanks for keeping me around. Trey Hook, Trey Cole, thanks for the 16. You know what? It's funny or sad. So they rolled out this new updated Twitch dashboard, and the activity feed in it still just randomly stops working. It still just like randomly stops updating part of the way through. Pauper decks are $100. Legacy, Pauper, Modern, Vintage, formats that aren't normal listed in the queue are $100. So, all right, that's going to be the end of Pioneer for today. We're going to do a ton more Magic. We're going to dive into a bunch of Standard coming up next, as well as some Mythgard after that, doing a bit of a longer stream today. If you're interested in mostly Pioneer content, remember you can check out my website for lots of stuff on this format there. And you'll also be able to find all day tomorrow. We're going to be doing at least 4 Pioneer decks tomorrow, so be sure to drop back on in tomorrow. All right, let's get set up for some Standard. I'm going to hit a quick ad roll. We do that back in a few, folks. Thanks for hanging out.